On today's What's Trending, we want to know, has another person's child ever worked your last nerve? And what do you do when people's kids act up? You can call us at 1-866-9-RICKY. Brad, you have a story about a man who got mad at a baby on an airplane and went off.
Yeah, girl, a passenger on a Southwest Airlines flight to Orlando threw a screaming fit when the toddler in a nearby seat would not stop crying, okay? And, of course, it was caught on video. Now, the man started by going off first complaining to the baby, then to the baby's parents, okay? And then flight attendant stepped in, and here's some of what was said. Check this out.
There's a child crying on the flight. Non-f***ing stop. That's what's happening. Can you lower that voice? No, let's not. No. Let's be rational. Hold on. You want to be rational? No. Don't tell me what I need to do. Let's be rational. We are in a tin can with a baby in a goddamn echo chamber, and you want to talk to me about being okay?
Okay, because you're yelling.
So is the baby.
Okay, so you're a man.
Did that motherfucker pay extra to yell?
Okay.
No.
Oh, wow.
Well, y'all, the wife was sitting next to him, and she looked so embarrassed, y'all. He caused the bigger scene than the baby did, the one he was complaining about. And when the flight finally landed, he was escorted off by security personnel.
Okay, escort him off. I mean, okay, the baby was yeah. There was a baby, though, baby probably.
He did a lot. He did a lot.
First of all, when you travel,
just couldn't take it no more.
When you travel, bring headphones. Just bring headphones when you travel.
Noise-reducing headphones.
Please.
What'd you say? What kind?
The noise-canceling headphones. Yeah, you got to bring those.
So we all been on a flight with a screaming baby. That was, in my opinion, was definitely out of line, Maria.
Yeah, I think that was. I think he was already agitated. He probably didn't have enough sleep, and then the baby
he
just
thought
made
he was going
things.
to get to catch up with sleep on the plane.
Out of line, Gary.
No. Oh, there was a man out of line?
Yeah.
I'm in between both of them. Because first of all, the child has a right to cry.
Right.
Because that mama paid for him a ticket. So, honey, they didn't say at the door of the plane, no babies can cry. If that baby was agitated, just like that man was, the baby cried, the man cursed. So,
Brett.
Yeah, the baby could have been, ears could have been popping, or anything could have been happening. But the parents kind of need to know how to look at the child. And the child be like we used to do back in the day.
But if it's a baby, that don't work.
If it's a baby and it's your baby, you should know how to pacify your baby. Get it a pacifier.
Yeah.
Just try.
I've seen
in 6 months. Let's have this conversation.
Try.
Yeah, I've seen a situation on a plane where a lady was doing everything she could, and the baby crying was getting on my nerves. But then, I got 5 kids, so I'm used to crying.
Right.
But sometimes when a baby's 7, 8 months old, there's only so much you can do if they are really in a state of,
especially if a baby is colicky,
distress.
if a baby has never been on the plane before.
Now,
if the baby,
Jill, somebody was trying to spend the night at your house.
Well, yeah, that's a whole nother thing because this was not a baby, this was a child.
No, but I'm just talking about.
Oh no, I had enough.
The topic is what is Maria? The topic is.
I had enough of somebody else's child.
Right.
Yeah. So having a sleepover with my son, and my son went to a private school where there were a lot of kids that didn't look like him. And one of those kids was at the house. And before the sleepover started, he was cussing at his dad, yelling at his father. And so before his dad left, I brought him back upstairs and said, okay, listen, you can't stay because I'm watching how you yell at your father. And my concern is if your father leaves, I am going to get charged with murder because I will kill you.
Because you ain't going to yell at me like
that. At all. It's not going to happen. And so immediately I had to realize there's different ways of raising children. Some people just don't do what other people do. But I was always taught in my house there's a certain way it's going to go down. And we just realized who can't be friends with you.
Period.
So he had to go. And it was almost a lesson to him and his father. Because I almost wanted to counsel the daddy.
Yeah, because that's not acceptable everywhere.
Yeah.
That's not acceptable
And you got to
anywhere.
set your
No, it's not.
No, it's acceptable in some places.
Today's society, because everything you get questioned about everything. Everything is a why. Why? It ain't no damn why. That's just the way it is.
Right.
Do you set out a red light and go why?
I don't mind why, Rick.
It's a boundary.
There's a difference between a child who's inquisitive. I encourage my babies to be inquisitive, but it's different if you yelling at your parents.
But be respectfully inquisitive and don't ask me why right then. You can ask me why. We have a conversation about it later.
Right.
But if I tell my child to do something, do it right then, and that's the end of it. And we can discuss it later.
Yeah.
Why? Why? Okay. Everything is a boundary.
But
Have you
Oprah
ever
did
been-
a show years ago, and we have to understand this. We are stifling our kids. You need to let the kids express themselves.
That's the problem.
You know, so
Sometimes it's okay, but it's all about how they
There's
express
barriers.
themselves.
Yeah.
Absolutely,
There's
because some
they
of that.
grow up and they feel like they can show out and get a response with that same behavior, but
Yeah.
the adult version. So it's really important that you discipline them in those types of spaces when they get out of hand like that.
Right, so
Right.
I guess the question is: was the baby wrong or was the man wrong?
Have you ever been so annoyed that you wanted to chastise somebody else's child? Because I had that situation happen. I was at a
Yes,
Nordstrom
that
rack,
definitely happens.
and this little girl was going off, and it wasn't because nothing was wrong with her. She wanted something that her mama and I guess her grandmama wasn't giving her, and she was doing the double stomp, the whole double stomp thing, and waving her hands and screaming at the top of her lungs. And me and other customers was looking around like, okay, are they going to do something about this? And this went on for like 20 minutes.
You know what's one of the best things ever happened to me in my whole life? My mother took me to the dentist. I had a black dentist. I'll never forget, a light skin, heavy set, had long, beautiful hair, Dr. Floretta Jameson.
Come on, Floretta.
Down in the Masonic Temple. She had a dentist office. And I had a bad attitude that day. I had to be about 9 years old. And I had a bad attitude, didn't want to open my mouth, didn't want to do what the dentist, snatching and had a bad attitude. She asked my mom to step out the room. My mama stepped out the room. Dr. Floretta Jameson, she dead and gone. Right? She grabbed me by my shirt and pulled me to her face and gritted her teeth at me. And she said, let me tell you something, you little MF. She said, your damn mama need to be getting her own teeth fixed.
That's right.
But she trying to get yours fixed. She said, you can't even afford braces. I got to make you a retainer to get your teeth straight because I had double teeth. She said, you better lay your ass in this chair. I'll tear this dentist's office up with you.
Right.
She said, do you understand me? I said, yes, ma'am. Not yes.
Yes, ma'am.
And she pushed me back down in that chair.
And you did what you had to
And
do.
I
That
opened up my
attitude was
mouth. And
fixed.
to this day, you can't pay me not to go to sleep with my retainer on. I respect my teeth. I respect my dental health.
Yeah.
I gargle every night. I brush my teeth every night. I got all natural teeth, and my teeth are white and clean and pretty in memory of Dr. Floretta. I wish I just knew her if she had kids or something, but she was a beautiful person, and she made me just respect my dental hygiene. I never had bad breath. I always smell good, even down to cologne. Like everything around my mouth area is on point because of her. My teeth and floss and everything. I'm so particular about my teeth because of her. Correction.
Consequence.
Absolutely,
Yes.
because braces hurt.
Yes.
But they correct the smile.
That's right.
And the reason and society got crooked teeth because there's no correction.
That's right.
Correction has now become into question. And it's just bad. And now that's why you got kids out here doing what the hell they want to do. That's why you can't sit on your front porch anymore and enjoy. Old people can't enjoy their retirement.
Nope.
Shooting going on. All this stuff. Kids have no coping skills. They have no conflict resolution skills, and it's a problem. Now we scared because we decided that we want to be kids' friends, and nobody has set any type of boundaries. Shut the hell up. I don't care what's wrong with you, all this psychological stuff. Oprah and all them, they done made everything, and then complicated parenting. Okay, you just, I want to express myself too, but my granddaddy, mama at tea, my grandmama tell me to do something. I just have to do it.
respect your
and I
elders.
just have to go in the room and sit down
That's right.
and be mad or whatever and get over it.
That's right.
Now what happens with that is when your boss tell you to do something, it's yes, sir. And it's just it.
That's it.
And there's a way to do both, Rick.
Absolutely.
There literally is a way to do both. I tell my babies all the time, there's a time for this conversation, and this ain't the time.
Absolutely.
But
That's right.
I can come back later because I also don't want to be so emotionally unavailable
Right.
that I miss what they're going through and what they're feeling.
Right.
So there's a time for the discipline, and there's a time for tapping
Right.
into what they're feeling.
Right.
You can do both.
Put some
Our
space.
parents and grandparents didn't do both.
Right. Put
They-
some space between when your mama tell you to
That's
do
right.
something. Put some space
That's right.
between it.
Right.
Not right now.
That's
Right.
right. That's right.
And be respectful. Big mama, can I talk to you about something?
Right.
Yeah, baby, what you want to talk about? And if she decides not to talk about it,
Then you gotta wait.
Then you gotta wait.
That's
right.
right.
You ain't gonna die.
Right.
You ain't gonna go and do nothing crazy over a box of cereal. Let's go to the phones. 866-9-RICKY. 866-9-RICKY.